And welcome back to Dakota Cowboy here on Back TV. We are presented to you each and every week by our friends at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, and they have branches all over the great state of North Dakota, including Hebron, North Dakota, which is the epitome of small town USA. And, Hebron famous for a lot of things, bricks for one, but I think that transitioned here recently as Gwen Sebastian, originally from Hebron, North Dakota, and joins us on Dakota Cowboy. Thank you for doing this, Gwen. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Absolutely. We kind of want to, I've been tracking your career for a while now, and it's been fun to watch you grow and see the things that you do on social media and, seeing glimpses of your life and things. But let's just start out by asking you, it appears that you're doing well. How are you, Gwen? And I mean that sincerely. How you doing?
I'm really good. I'm really good. My life, has led me to some really cool things and also some relaxation as of late.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which is really good. Sometimes in this business you think that, it's just kind of you got to go and do all the things all at once. And now I'm finally at the point where I don't have to say yes to everything. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It took a while to track you down, for me to to get you on the TV show. Yeah, it just shows how busy you are and how selective you can be with the things that you do. And having said that, Gwen, where do you want your career to go? First of all, you're on stage with one of Nashville's biggest stars. That of course, we're talking about Miranda Lambert, and doing quite well. And you seem very, very happy doing that. But where do you want your career to go?
Honestly, Bill, it's kind of that's where it's at now. I don't always want to give my age away, but I mean, we're being honest here. I'm 49 years old, so doing everything in music on my own. And when I say that, I mean me as an artist. Of course, it takes many people around me to be able to do that, but it is difficult. It's really a lot of work, and it's a lot of now it takes a lot of money. It doesn't
Mm.
it doesn't just take having some form of ability. And the grind is just a lot. So while I loved doing my own thing, and will always continue to make music, and I'll do maybe, do a Christmas show here and there when I come back to North Dakota. Being on the road as myself with my own band, I'm okay with not doing that much. I'm totally cool with being Miranda Lambert's backup singer. That is, like you said, one of the biggest in Nashville, and quite honestly, a living icon, I think. To be on a stage with her that has, number one, she's my best friend. Number two, she's got integrity as an artist. I believe in her and she's real. And being able to hear her voice in my ears and my monitors is a pretty special thing. And I've reached that goal. That was something I always wanted to do even as a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
All of the stages that I've been on have, you know, they've come from singing with my parents growing up, for sure. But it's because I sing with one of the best.
Yeah.
I don't like that's part of it. And so she's checked a lot of boxes for me, if that makes any sense. So as far as my career goes, like I said, I don't like to use the word content, but I'm always going to strive to do something more. I want to continue writing for other artists, for myself, and continue making music. But as far as if nothing else happens for me, I'm okay.
And I asked that because I've seen you perform as a solo artist at various venues, and you handle yourself so very well. And I personally am a big fan of Gwen Sebastian. I told you that Jump In and VIP, Barefoot Girl. I love those songs, and I listen to them. They're in my iPod, and I listen to them regularly. And I asked that because it doesn't seem like there's, I don't want you to get the impression that I think there's more for you, but, a lot of the backup singers that I have interviewed in the past, they said, well, we're going to do this for a while. And hopefully, we'll get the attention of a record company and we'll go out on our own. But it's so good to hear you say that it sounds like you're in a good place with Miranda.
I am in an amazing place. Yeah. God is really good. It's been incredible. The camp out there too, everybody is just a really good person. There's not a bad seed out there that comes from the top down. And just like I said before, I mean, I've looked up to her as an artist for years before I knew her. And now I get to be out there and playing these stages and traveling the world. Like, we're going to Switzerland in September. I've never been there. I'm not saying that I couldn't have done that on my own, like travel and place certain stages, but there's definitely ones there's no way that I would have gotten to where I am without her, and or the process of singing with her, for sure. Yeah.
Speaking of process, I'm glad to hear that you're still writing music and you're creating music. You've got a musician husband. I'm sure there's some great conversations between the two of you as far as creating music. But what is the process for you, Gwen? How does it work? Do you get a melody in your head? Do you get a lyric going? Or what works for you?
It depends. A lot of times I'll get both a lyric and a melody in my head at the same time, and a lot of times it's when I'm driving for some reason. I don't know, is that safe?
It's better than texting, that's for sure.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
But, it all depends, but in my process, that's that. If I come up with an idea, that's generally how it happens. Or I will hear somebody say something, and nowadays, as much as I don't want to say, I like my phone to have that access to it, being able to write an idea down. I'll do that if I hear somebody say something, or I'll wake up in the middle of the night sometimes with things like something in my head, and I will get my little phone out and record. Louis sleeping on the other side, or snoring, one of the two. And I'll put the idea, on there, and then I'll either mess around with it myself. Go to the piano. I play a little bit of piano, and that's how I write. Or in Nashville, and now everywhere, it's called co-writing. That's what a lot of the songs that we hear have been co-written by several people, and so we make appointments to do that. And I'll take an idea in something that I might have thought of, and see if they like it, and then we go from there.
It's funny to hear you say that, because the last dozen or so musicians that I've asked that question all answer it the same way. There's no template. There's it comes when it comes, and you come up with a riff, you come up with a lyric, and it's fun. Are we going to hear any more Gwen Sebastian solo music in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
That's the answer I wanted. All right, yeah. Good deal. Talk about North Dakota. You from North Dakota. Mom and Dad are still around here. We follow you on social media. A lot of the friends that visit Nashville get selfies taken with you and things. Talk about your North Dakota connection, your roots, and what that means to you. That you planted the seed, you grew here, and you're blossoming in Nashville.
I sometimes forget that I've been in Nashville for like 26 years. Wow. But yeah, and I love it here. It is home, but it is not
home.
Yeah. My heart is definitely still in North Dakota. And it doesn't, obviously it's because most of my family's there. My parents still have the farm and the ranch that's over 100 and some years old. It's very special. But I just love North Dakota. It's like, genuinely, when people have never been there and then go and then come and say, oh my God, you're right, Gwen. Like, the salt of the earth people, it's still like what I would call a bit untouched by, I don't know how to say it, but it's still innocent. It's still innocent. Yet
the ways of the big city have somehow managed not to creep into the small town soul of North Dakota.
Very true, very true.
Yeah.
And hardworking people, people that aren't afraid to stand up for what they believe in or to help you or just to, we know how to have a good time, but we know how to work our butts off.
Yeah.
And that is just something I just don't see everywhere. And I'm not putting anywhere else down. I guess maybe it's just more, more in the rural areas that I travel to. I do see that, and it's a beautiful thing. My niece and my nephew that are little yet, they're 6 and 4. I want to take them up to the farm because they have no idea, what that really entails. And so my connection will always be there. It will always be at the farm. It will always be Hebron and Glenolin, Dickinson, all those things, because that's where my family has been. But it's also just shown me what life really should be.
I just checked Tiger Lily Gold's Facebook page, and about a half hour ago, they posted that they have been invited back to the Grand Ole Opry.
I just
saw that. You know about that? That's awesome. Do you see them? Do you communicate? I know they leaned on you quite heavily, and you mentored them, if you will. Talk about that. And again, do you see them from time to time?
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
Louis used to be their manager, and also that's my husband.
That's your husband,
and,
yes.
Drummer and tour manager and all that kind of stuff. And he got away from most of that just in his life, basically. And so we still see them though as friends. So we'll have dinner together. Jared, that's Kendra's husband, has now said he's almost perfected my mom, Debbie's meatloaf.
That's an accomplishment. Wow.
Exactly. And then we did
Mm-hmm.
go to their Opry debut. We were there that night as well.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, I love them. I'm so proud of them, and they're just doing so great. I mean, their attitude is really amazing.
Seems like they really upped their game. They really have stepped it up quite a bit with the tequila song, and they're doing well. It's fun to watch them. We're proud of them as well. We've got lots of things that we can talk about. Gwen, you're a busy person. I am too. We're gonna save that for another time. We will get back together with you in the very near future. Thank you so much for doing this today. We're gonna play the video "Small Town Soul." It seems like there's a lot of familiar faces in that video. Who's all in there?
Oh man, well, Tiger Lily for one.
Yep.
Debbie and Gerald, that's my mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother, who's passed away, that's Caroline, that I'm dancing with. She's in there. Some of my family, because there's a college graduation scenes in there, cousins, and classmates. Okay. Well, who else is all in there? Oh, a pony from Overhill Stock Farm. That's mom and dad's ranch, and I can't remember which horse that was at the time. I think he's passed away, but anyways, yeah, and lots of Hebron, North Dakota.
Wow.
Pictures.
Gwen, thanks for your time today. It's precious to you, and we don't take it for granted. I appreciate you joining us here on Dakota Cowboy, and we'll play the song "Small Town Soul" and let you go. Thank you so much, and God bless, and say hello to your wonderful husband. Is he still banging on those drums every morning?
Yes. Oh yeah, he is. Thank God.
Oh, our guest today, Gwen Sebastian. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Got my name on a marquee sign, gotta be tuned up by 9. Oh, I wish I could find the time to stop and call my mama. Got a suitcase full of high heels, little home on 18 wheels, front row view of how it feels to live as big as I wanna. There's no forgetting my humble beginnings. Where I'm going, God only knows. I live a little piece of me everywhere I go. far you've come. Our feet all hit the dirt when the day is done. You can chase a dream that's worth its weight in gold, but you can't take the small town from a small town soul. Where I'm going, God only knows. I leave a little piece of me everywhere I go. My heart's been wandering and it's a long way home, but you can't take the small town from a small town soul. No, you can't take a small town from a small town soul. Ooh,
Hebron, North Dakota, you have to be so proud of Gwen Sebastian. Some great shots in that video, too. It's a wonderful song, Small Town Soul by Gwen Sebastian. You can see Gwen and her best friend, Miranda Lambert. They're performing at a residency in Las Vegas through the month of July. They also have some dates at Planet Hollywood coming up in December during the 2023 National Finals Rodeo. And that'd be a fun ticket to have and a great show to see. Miranda Lambert and her best friend, Gwen Sebastian. Gwen, thanks for being a part of Dakota Cowboy today. I'm here in front of Medora Boot in Western Wear. We're going to go in and give Kim a nice little birthday present. They're celebrating their 13th year in business here in historic Medora. Picked up 13 pieces of taffy from next door at Dakota Territory Jewelry and Gifts. So I'll go take care of that. We'll take care of some business. And coming up next, we will have our North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame Hall of Honorees inductee of the week, and that would be Wade Sunby. That's coming up on Dakota Cowboy, presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust.